a black man from the tribe of Levi. Moses will be a so-called Haitian today. Moses is our forefather. Christ, Moses, Paul, Peter, all of our forefathers. It said if we don't listen to the voice of God, what is the voice of God? The Bible is the voice of God. If we want to know anything about God, we go to the Bible because that's His words. You see police brutality. You see all that in our neighborhoods. We have bad educational systems. Ain't this one of the worst Walmarts right here in New Orleans? That's one of the worst Walmarts out here. That's a sign that we're cursed in the city. But when we go to the white neighborhood, we don't see that. We don't see drug abuse. We don't see alcoholism. We don't see single-parent households. That the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations. What he said? Kendrick, he gonna set us above all nations of the earth.
Hey, Shalom Israel. Most High in Christ bless. Why do you subscribe? IUIC New Orleans, subscribe. Go to our YouTube page. Help us to grow. Comment, like, share. What's going on? Make it happen.
How you doing? What's your name? Kendrick? I'm Nehemiah. Nice to meet you, bro. Let me ask you a question. Kendrick, you live around here?
Yeah, I still.
What kind of things you see in this neighborhood? Foolishness like what? Give me some examples. Shooting up people. What else?
I said, if y'all want to say turmoil, I was just saying.
Like what? Give me some examples. Shooting up people. What about selling drugs? What about stealing? Alcoholism. We see all that in our communities, right? Now, have you ever took the time to ask yourself, why do we see these things in our neighborhood, but when we go to the white neighborhood, we don't see these things? You ever asked yourself that?
Yeah.
What conclusion you came to?
Nothing but the devil.
None but the devil. Now, you believe in the Bible?
Yeah.
Now, this is what we gonna do. We gonna go in the Bible, and the very same question I just asked you, we gonna go to the Bible and get the answer, all right? Read. Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 1. 1 and 1. Deuteronomy chapter 1 verse 1. Because I'm gonna show you, you familiar with Moses?
Not quite.
Moses was a black man from the tribe of Levi. Moses will be a so-called Haitian today.
Right.
Moses was an Israelite, looked just like you, looked just like me. Moses is our forefather. Christ, Moses, Paul, Peter, all of our forefathers. All right? Now watch what your forefather Moses told us. Read Deuteronomy chapter 1 verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel. Who is Moses speaking to? All who?
All people.
Read it again. I want you to listen.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
Who Moses speaking to?
Israel.
All Israel, right? Because in case you didn't know, we are the children of Israel. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are the children of Israel. Now, Deuteronomy 28:15. Now watch what Moses prophesied would happen to us if we were disobedient to God's commandments.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
It said, if we don't listen to the voice of God, what is the voice of God?
The verse coming in your head, right?
The Bible. The Bible is the voice of God. If we want to know anything about God, we go to the Bible because that's His words. So now we have to believe the Bible as it is written. And Moses said, if we don't listen to the voice of God, read,
To observe, to do all his commandments.
to do all His what, Kendrick?
Commandment.
All the commandments. Good, you with me. Read.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
All these what?
all these curses,
Said all these curses, Kendrick. Have you ever known a curse to be a good thing?
No.
Never, right? But Moses said for our disobedience, curses was going to come upon us. Read.
shall come upon thee and overtake
You
thee.
ever been overtaken by something? In a position to where you can't do nothing about it? You can't get yourself out of it? You can't save yourself from it? That's what Moses is telling us. When these curses come upon us for our disobedience, it's nothing we could do about it to get ourselves out of it. You understand? Read.
cursed shalt thou be in the city.
So now the very first curse that Moses said is that we were going to be cursed in the city. Now, question to you, Kendrick. When you look at the blacks and Hispanics, do it look like we live in lavish in our communities? No, right? How we living? Raggedy. You see the houses run down. You see police brutality. You see all that in our neighborhoods. We have bad educational systems. Right. Ain't this one of the worst Walmarts right here in New Orleans? That's one of the worst Walmarts out here. That's a sign that we're cursed in the city. Right. But when we go to the white neighborhood, we don't see that. We don't see drug abuse. We don't see alcoholism. We don't see single-parent households. You see two-parent back, or you see two-parent households. Kids being raised up with both of their parents in the house. Great educational system. You agree with that?
Yeah, I agree.
That's the things that we first cursed. He said, we were going to be cursed in the city. And what else?
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
And he said we're going to be cursed in the field. Now, are you familiar with slavery, any?
Kind of, a little bit.
Kind of? All right, I'm going to keep it modern day for you. When he said cursed in the field, think about the job field, right?
Yeah.
On the job, are we last hired but first fired?
We less high.
We last hired, who get fired first? If an event or something go down, who the first one fired?
Black.
Black people. Although we may have not done anything wrong, they go to us first. You know what they call us recently? DEI hires.
That's cool.
DEI hires. Guess what? We suffer these things. We've got the hardest jobs making the least amount of money.
That's true.
So now, as the Israelites, according to the Bible, right?
Right.
We went into slavery and we suffer these conditions that you just spoke of because of what? I want to see if you remember. Read it again, verse 15.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments.
To do what?
All this commandments.
All the commandments. And if we didn't do the commandments, what would happen?
We get punished.
We get punished. So now, in our communities, it's evident that we're punished, correct? So now, since we punished because we broke the commandments, how do we get out of that punishment?
Pray to God, right?
All right, that's one way, but there's something that we got to do first.
I don't know.
Jump up to verse 1. I'm going to show you. The Bible got all the answers. We no longer have to guess no more. We thought marching was going to do it. We thought protesting was going to do it. We thought voting was going to do it. None of that worked for us because we set up in a system that's designed against us. All right? But God got the answer on how we get out of our conditions. Read verse 1.
Verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Kendrick, when you diligent about something, you do everything you could to get it done, right? So now God's saying, if we listen, if we hearken diligently to the voice of God, this Bible, read,
to observe and to do all his commandments.
to do what, Kendrick? To do all the commandments. Notice how everything keep going back to the commandments. If we broke the commandments, we get punished. Now he's saying if we keep the commandments, read,
which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Kendrick, what did he just say gonna happen if we keep the commandments? Read that part again.
That the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations.
What he said? Kendrick, he gonna set us above all nations of the earth. Is that something you want? All above all nations of the earth. You know what that means? Revelation 2:26. I'm gonna show you exactly what that means. Because I don't want it to be in your mind and you not know exactly what it means, right?
I don't read the Bible.
That's all right. A lot of our people don't. And the reason why is because we've been taught wrong. So now when we look at the Bible, we look at it as a white man's book or something to constrain us, whatever the case may be, right? But this Bible is our history book. It talks about our downfall, but it also talks about how we're going to rise up in these last days. Now watch this. When we set above all nations, this is what he's talking about. Read.
Revelation chapter 2 and verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end.
It said he that overcome the things that we go through in this world, and keeping his works unto the end, meaning keep the commandments to the end. So you got to overcome your sins that you battle with, which you only gonna know by reading the Bible. You got to overcome the sins that you deal with and keep the commandments until the end. And what's gonna happen?
To him will I give power over the nations.
Christ said himself, I'm going to give you power over all the nations of the earth. Meaning, guess what? Rulership over the entire earth. Is that something that you want? You want to rule this planet one day? Okay, how we do it?
Goes by the Bible.
What Moses told us specifically? Go back. Read it again.
Deuteronomy 20 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments.
To do what, Kendrick? To do all the commandments. Kendrick, my question to you is, are you ready to keep the commandments so you can get rulership on this earth? You ready? Yeah. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. We're going to find out, Kendrick. We're going to find out. Because when it comes to this Bible, you got to have a humble spirit in order to abide by it. Read.
1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
So now, Kendrick, who is our head? The head of every man is who? Read it again.
But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
Who the head of the man? Jesus Christ. What did he look like? Hold that. We're going to come back to that. Revelation 1. Revelation 1 and 1. Because I don't want you to have an image of a white Christ in your head.
I know he might be black.
He might be black. But we got to know that he black. And the only way to know that he black is we got to go to the Bible that he gave us, right? Read.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
The revelation of Jesus Christ. So what we're about to do is reveal what Jesus Christ looked like. The greatest man to walk the face of the earth. The greatest revolutionary. Now we're about to find out what he looked like. Verse 14.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
His head, meaning the hair on his head and the hair on his face, was white and woolly. Question, is wool a color or a texture?
Color, huh?
No, wool is a texture. Think about sheep hair. Take your head off. That's woolly hair. This is woolly hair. This is woolly hair. That's the same same hair that Jesus Christ had. Now, on these pictures, which one look like they got same hair as you? Same hair as this brother? Which one look like they got woolly hair? Nappy hair? Ah, that clicked for you. That clicked for you. Which one look like they got nappy hair?
It's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard to find.
Let me ask you a question. Is this nappy hair or is this stringy hair?
That's strange.
That's stringy hair. Now, that image over there, is that nappy hair or is that stringy hair?
Oh, that one. That's nappy.
That's nappy. So, according to the Bible, woolly hair, that looks more like that image over there, right? But it goes further. Read on.
His head and his hairs were white like wool, as white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Read on.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
Now, John looked down at Christ's feet, Kendrick, and he said it looked like fine brass. What does brass look like?
That's a good question.
Think about a penny. A copper color, a brownish color, right? That's the color of brass. So John looked down at Christ's feet and said, damn, it looked like brass. But watch this, read.
As if they burned in a furnace.
But it said they were so dark, it looked like they burned in a furnace. If you burn anything, what color it come out?
Dark, right?
Black. So John is saying that Christ was so dark, it looked like he was left in the oven. He was black. Christ looked like me and you. Christ looked like these brothers out here. Guess what? Christ is your forefather. Your direct relative. His blood is running through your veins. And there's something to feel good about, because so long we was taught this image, and with this image came lies. You understand? With this image, we was told that we nobody, that we niggas, that we speaks, that we black, that we African American. Never was we told that we the greatest people to walk the face of this earth. Right. Never was we told that we the Israelites according to the Bible. Never was we told that the kingdom of heaven is only for us. You understand? So that's why it's important to know what he looked like, because with a different Christ comes a different gospel. Now go back to 1 Corinthians 11 and 3, because I see you took it off already.
1 Corinthians 11 and verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
Our head is who, Kendrick?
Christ.
Christ. What do he look like, Kendrick? Black. How do you know, Kendrick? According to what scripture? Revelation chapter 1, verse 14 and 15. When you leave here, if you don't remember nothing else, remember you're the Israelites according to the Bible, and Jesus Christ is a black man according to Revelation chapter 1, verse 14 and 15, and we got to keep the commandments. All right, read on.
And the head of the woman is the man.
Now, Kendrick, who the head of the woman?
The man.
The man. You believe that?
Yeah.
Or are they 50-50? Oh, come on, Kendrick. I done threw a wrench in your thought process. Come on, now I just asked you a question. It's 50-50. What God just said? Read it again.
And the head of the woman is the man.
If God said the head of the woman is the man, and I say it's 50-50, who should we go with?
God.
God. And God said what?
The man.
Is the what?
He.
Is the head of the woman.
Yeah.
So now if I come back and ask you, are they 50-50? What's the answer?
The man. No,
Ex-
the man 50-50.
Ain't no 50-50. Hell no. The man is the head of the woman. That's what the Bible say. That's what it is. Right? Read.
And the head of Christ is God.
And the head of Christ, because he has a head too. Christ has somebody he got to answer to as well. And the head of Christ is God. Okay? So now it's God, Christ, man, and a woman. Read.
Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head.
So now earlier you had your head covered, but you took it off, right? So now, as the Bible is coming out, it says, any man praying or prophesying having his head covered, dishonoreth his head. So as the Bible is coming out, should you put your hat back on?
No.
No, why not?
Because.
You got it. You got it. What the Bible just said. Don't worry, we got you. I'm going to read it again. Read.
Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head.
Because 1 Corinthians 11 and 4 says, any man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head. Who's your head?
God.
That's Christ's head.
Christ.
So your head is who?
Christ.
Christ. So now, you know going forward, if I'm ever reading, or I'm hearing the scriptures, listening to the scriptures, or I'm praying, never have my head covered. So going forward, that's one thing you can fix. Now, Numbers 15:38, right? We teach you how to keep the commandments of God, what the commandments of God are, so you can fix them. That way you can be on the path to get in the kingdom. That's what you want, right? Read.
Numbers chapter 15 and verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel.
Stop. Kendrick, who are the children of Israel?
Alea may have not known that East New York was widely known for slavery. The Dutch in the late 1600s, when they left Flatbush because Flatbush was overcrowded, they came to East New York to build new plantations for who? Slaves.
Now, having a large portion of the neighborhood residents having Caribbean roots, people often think that the town is named after the island Jamaica. But the truth is, in 1664, when the English came and took over the area, they called the land Jamaica.
See, Wall Street, before it was the financial district of New York, it was actually the first slave market.
Yankee Stadium. Most gladiators were slaves. They were subject to a rigorous training, fed on high-energy diet, and given expert medical attention.
Currently known Van Cortlandt House, which is standing right behind me. was previously well known for being a slave plantation. Yes, you heard me correctly, a slave plantation.
Stay with me, Kendrick, stay with me. Kendrick, come over here.
I'm trying to get this music on.
You trying to get this music? What kind of music you listening to?
I listen to rap.
You listen to rap music? Like who? NBA Youngboy?
Yeah,
Little bit, who else?
Money Man.
Money Bag? Money Man?
Yeah, Money Bag and Money Man.
All right, what they rap about?
Their lifestyle.
Their lifestyle, right? Do their lifestyle involve fornication? It don't. I used to listen to Money Bag Yo. I used to listen to NBA Youngboy. Is that the message they put out? Do our people follow it? Ephesians chapter 2, verse 1. Now, I'm gonna show you about the music that you're listening to, right? I used to listen to it as well. But we was taught better. Watch this, Ephesians chapter 2, verse 1.
Ephesians chapter 2 verse 1. And you hath he quickened, who were dead in trespasses.
So, right now, that's what we're trying to get you. God is trying to change you in the spirit that's in you, right? He's trying to put a righteous spirit in you to keep the commandments of God. That's what we're trying to get you. Read.
And you hath he quickened, who were dead in trespasses and sins. Wherein in time past he walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of power of the air.
It says, in times past, we walk according to the prince of the power of the air. What do you think that means? What is the prince of the power of the air? Think about the airwaves. That's your music. That's your movies. Your entertainment industry. The prince of the power of the airwaves, that's the white man that run that stuff. They control the music that they're putting out. And it says what?
The spirit that... Verse 2. Wherein in time past ye walked according to the course of this world.
It says in times past we walk according to the course of this world. Reason being is because the music that we listen to has an influence on the behavior patterns that we conduct.
It's poison.
It's poisoning, right? So 1 Corinthians 15:33. Knowing that the music we listening to is poisoning, knowing that it affects our mind, and we perform the acts that they're rapping in their music, which you said a lot of times they don't really be doing, should we really be listening to that? Should we really be following that? Imagine they teaching you fornication, meanwhile they got a whole wife at home that they're loyal to. Imagine they teaching you about going hit a lick, robbing and murdering whole time. They not doing none of that. But you following it, now you locked up in jail. You following it, now you get killed. Meanwhile, they not living none of the stuff that they rapping about, but you following it. Read.
1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 33.
Read.
Be not deceived.
Don't be fooled, Kendrick. Paul started off with don't be fooled. Because we think everything that they rapping in their music, they living. We think the stuff that they rapping in their music is cool. Oh yeah, go rob your op, go kill him. That's cool?
No.
That's not cool. Because a lot of times, the people they go hit a lick on, what they look like? Just like them. Ain't that hatred for your brother? Should we have hatred towards our brother? So should we be following after that? Should we be doing that? Read it again.
Be not deceived.
Don't be fooled, Kendrick.
Evil communications.
Evil communications. The music that they're pushing out is evil communications.
Right.
Because they're telling you to do stuff that's contrary to what God wants you to do. God said marriage is honorable. They're teaching you to go to the club, get strippers, get prostitutes. God said be sober. They teaching you to drink lean, pop pills, smoke weed. That's evil communications. That's going to keep you out of the kingdom. Read.
Evil communications corrupt good manners.
That's why it's evil communications. Because it has the influence and the power to corrupt your behavior. Meanwhile, you're trying to keep the commandments and you can't figure out why fornication is on your mind. You're trying to keep the commandments, you're trying to figure out why the hell you have the urge to want to smoke weed. You understand? That's evil communication. 1 Samuel 16:23. When we listen to this music, guess what? It put a certain spirit on you. You ever played sports before?
Yeah, basketball.
You played basketball, right? Before the game, did you listen to music?
Kind of, yeah.
Did you listen to like love music before the game?
Yeah, that break my heart down.
That'll break your damn heart, right?
Yeah.
All right, so what kind of music you listen to?
I listen to rap.
Rap music. Before the game, before your game. What kind of music?
Before NBA Youngboy and all them came out, Cash Money.
All right, you listen to Cash Money before the game, right? Why? Why you listen to Cash Money?
Because it was sounding good.
It was sounding good, and it put a certain spirit on you, right? Before the game. Got you hyped. Got you ready, right? Watch this. Read. Let's see if God says that the music we listen to does the same thing.
1 Samuel to the 16th and verse 23. And it came to pass when the evil spirit from God was upon Saul.
So Saul is one of our forefathers as well. And it said an evil spirit came upon him. An evil spirit to want to murder, cause harm to his brother, right? So an evil spirit came upon Saul. And what happened?
That David took an harp and played with his hands.
So David is one of your forefathers as well. You ever heard of King David? One of the greatest kings we had. King David is your forefathers as well. Tribe of Judah, a so-called American black today. King David did what?
That David took an harp and played with his hands.
So David started playing music. Just like today, David started playing music. They had music back then. And what happened when David played music?
So Saul was refreshed and was well, and the evil spirit departed from him.
When David started playing the music, the righteous music, the evil spirit that was on Saul left Saul. Why do you think that is? Because the music we listen to puts certain spirits on us. So like you said, you listen to love songs that make you feel what? Brokenhearted, right? That put a certain spirit on you. You listen to trap music, guess what? That put a certain spirit on you. You're gonna go sell drugs. Go run a trap house. What the hell? I ain't never did this before in my life. Came up in a two-parent background, whatever the case may be. Why I'm thinking like this? Why I'm having these thoughts? That's because the things we watching and the things we listening to plays an effect on our mind.
Right.
So should you be listening to it?
No.
No. So what should you be listening to?
Gospel.
You should be gospel music. Hey, I could go to gospel music today. What the world know comes from the Christian church.
Right.
Don't listen to that. Because read 1 Corinthians 15:33 again.
Bring it out.
Read it again. The music that's in churches, there's this, read.
1 Corinthians 15 verse 33. Be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners.
That's the music that they're playing in the church. The same music that's controlled by John Smith that created the Baptist religion in 1608 when we was in slavery. Joseph Smith, who created the Mormon religion in 1830, we was in slavery. Ellen G. White created Seventh-day Adventists in 1863, we was in slavery. Charles T. Russell, Jehovah's Witness, Charles Parham, Pentecostal. That's where the Christian church today getting their music from.
Oh, all right. I thought they just come up with their own stuff.
That's the damn problem. They coming up with their own stuff. You understand? The stuff that they coming up with is not coming from the Bible.
Oh, all right.
We got to go based on what the Bible says. You understand? So now, I just want to make sure you remember. I got to make sure it's instilled in you so when you leave, you remember what nation of people you come from.
Wake them up. You forgot, Ox.
Look on this sign right here. What that say? 12 tribes of what? 12 tribes. That's all right. That's all right. Look, that's part of us being cursed in the city. I ain't here to judge you. I understand. That's a part of the very first curse that we read about us being cursed in the city. That's a part of that. Bad educational systems, that's a part of that. So I get it. I understand. But look, according to the sign, we're the 12 tribes of Israel. What's good with you, bro? What's your name?
You got a good question.
John?
Yeah.
What you got, John?
Oh, question.
I was just going over with him who we are according to the Bible and how evil communications, the music that we listen to, destroy us mentally.
I don't believe in the Bible. It's been rewritten. So my question is, where's white people from?
Where's white people from? First off, Genesis chapter 25. I'm going to show you where the first white person was originated. That's a good question. So I'm going to show you the first white person in the Bible, the birth of the first white person, and then I'm going to get into the Bible not being a true book. All right, that sound good?
Start at 20.
No, I just want to know what's the opinion on what white people come from.
I'm gonna show you. Read.
Genesis 25, verse 25. And the first,
Nope, jump up 21.
21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife.
So what we about to go over is the birth of the very first white person in the book of Genesis from the beginning of time. Watch this. That's what you want to know, right? Read.
Because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived, and the children struggled together within her.
So now it's going into the birth, right? So now there's 2 babies in her womb, and they're fighting one another. Read.
And she said, if it be so, why am I thus?
She said, well, if it's a blessing, why is it so painful? Why are they fighting? Right? Read.
And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
We got that sign? He said, 2 nations are in thy womb. 2 nations of people. This is what we're seeing. This is what we're reading. 2 separate nations of people are in your womb. I got you.
Did the word nation exist back then? Like that been around for years?
Yes, read it again. Watch.
And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
That's from the beginning of time. Nations was in there. Nations was a thing since then. Because in Genesis 10, you got the Hamitic nations. Different nations, 2 different people. Now watch this, read on.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
Now it says these 2 babies, they're going to be separated from their bowels. Meaning what? They never going to get along with one another. Think about it today. What 2 nations of people are at odds the most that you see?
Black and white.
Black and white. You agree? Oh, you don't agree with that? What you say?
I see people in general who are, just out of tune with life, clash with people who are.
This talking about 2 nations of people, not in general. It's talking about 2 nations.
You telling me I'm just giving you my answer.
I get it.
All right.
But he understands that today in society, blacks and whites are at odds against each other the most. When they talk about 2 separate nations of people.
America. Right. That's in America.
That's everywhere.
Right.
That's everywhere.
I haven't been everywhere.
That's okay. History shows that it's the same thing across the world.
History shows me people want power.
I agree. Guess who got the power right now? The white man.
Right.
The same one at odds with us.
Bring it out.
The same one that is describing right now. They're the ones with the power. Read.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people. And the elder shall serve the younger.
And guess what? The one that come out first gonna have to serve the younger one in the future. That's prophecy. Read.
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in a womb.
Now remember, earlier it said 2 separate nations. Now it said twins. It's something called fraternal twins. Meaning they're twins, but they don't look alike. Read.
And the first came out red all over like in every garment.
What they call what they call white people down here?
Rednecks.
There you go. Read that part again. And so we know who we talking about. You agree with that?
Yeah.
Read.
And the first came out red all over like in every garment.
Aren't white people hairy? White people are naturally hairy. If they don't shave, they're hairy. Read.
And they called his name Esau.
They called his name what?
And they called his name Esau.
That's the very first white person that was born. Back in Genesis 25. Now I want to deal with the other thing you said before you ask me the next question. Because you said you don't believe in the Bible because it's a white man's book, right?
That's not what I said.
What you said? I don't want to put words in your mouth.
It's been rewritten.
It's been rewritten. All right. What I think you may be confusing is the New Living Translation version, easy to read version, stuff like that, right? But I'm going to show you about this Bible, Exodus 31 and 18. I'm going to show you about this Bible here in particular. Watch this.
Exodus 31 verse 18. And he gave unto Moses, when he had made an end of communing with him upon Mount Sinai, 2 tables of testimony.
2 tables of testimony. Read.
Tables of stone.
Tables of stone.
Written the finger of God.
Written with what?
With the finger of God.
Guess what? The words in his Bible was written with the finger of God.
Across the earth, the prophets move. From city streets to distant lands, the message is the same. Israel must rise. Through every quest, every journey, the truth spreads. No border can contain it. No distance can silence it. Our nation lives in every moment. In joy, we celebrate marriages. In sorrow, we honor our dead. On the Sabbath, we gather as one. Families rejoicing together, bound by the commandments of God. Yet are we tried. From the stones in Kenya to the hatred in Montana, we endure as a soldier of the Lord. And still, the mission expands. On the airwaves, on the screens, in every nation under heaven, Israel's voice is heard. We build our communities. We raise our children in royalty. We restore what was broken. We clean what was defiled. We show the world who we are. This is Israel united in Christ. Nation in motion. Nation endures.